All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about something huge that's completely changing the digital world: AI SEO. We're going to break down what this is all about, pulling from some really smart insights from Contently to give you a real, practical guide for how to win in this new age of search.
So let's get straight to the point. The game has totally changed. I mean, the old playbook for getting your brand noticed online, it's pretty much obsolete now. And the reason is simple, but it's huge. The way your customers actually find you is going through this incredible transformation. We're moving way, way beyond that familiar page of blue links we all know.
And hey, this isn't just a feeling. We've got the hard data to back it up. Gartner's projecting a 25% drop, a quarter of all traditional search engine traffic by 2026. Just let that sink in for a second. A full quarter of the traffic that we've all been fighting tooth and nail for is just gonna disappear. Why? Because people are starting to go straight to AI for their answers. Okay, so where is all that traffic going? Well, get this. A massive 86% of what we call commercial queries, the really important questions people ask right when they're about to buy something, are now triggering direct AI-generated answers. We're not talking about just any old traffic here. This is the prime real estate of the internet, and AI is the new gatekeeper. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to really unpack this huge shift. Then we'll get into what AI SEO actually is. From there, we'll look at a blueprint for how to put it into action, check out some real-world proof that this stuff works, and wrap it all up with what you need to do next to stay ahead.
So, we've laid out the problem, right? The old world of search is fading out. So, the big question is, what do we do about it? What's the new playbook for getting seen?
And this really shows the evolution perfectly. With traditional SEO, it was all about one thing: ranking on that page of blue links. You were just chasing keywords and backlinks. But AI SEO, it's a completely different sport. The new goal isn't just to rank, it's to be cited directly in an AI's answer. And to do that, you have to focus on what we call entities. Think of these as the actual concepts, people, and places your brand is about, not just a bunch of keywords. It's about the AI understanding who you are and what you do, which is so much deeper. You combine that with some smart data structure and real authority, and boom, that's the new formula. So, to put a simple definition on it, AI SEO is all about creating and organizing your content in a specific way. A way that's designed for AI models to easily understand it, recognize its value, and, this is the most important part, cite it as a source. The bottom line, it's about making your stuff the go-to, trusted answer for the AI. And this whole strategy is built on 5 main pillars. First up is semantic clarity. That just means being super clear about those entities we just mentioned. Second, you need extraction-ready content. Think of it like pre-packaging your information so that AI can just grab it and quote it easily. Third, authority signals, which is all about proving you know your stuff. Think EEAT if you're familiar with that. Fourth is multi-platform visibility. You can't just be on Google anymore. You need to be where all the AIs are looking. And finally, strategic freshness. You got to keep your content current and get it out there. See? It's so much more than just stuffing keywords into a blog post. Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually do it, right? So let's get practical. We're going to walk through a simple 90-day roadmap that shows you how to get visible to AI, and we'll skip the super technical jargon. You can really break this down into 4 main stages. First is map and audit. This is where you do your homework. You figure out what questions your customers are actually asking the AI, and you check if your website is technically ready. Next, you build and structure. This is where you create that awesome authority-driven content we talked about, making sure it's structured so AI can read it easily. After that, you distribute and corroborate. You get your expertise out there on all the platforms the AIs are paying attention to. And finally, you monitor and refresh. You track your visibility and keep your content up to date. It's a cycle. All right, so that's the plan. But does it actually work? Does it move the needle? Let's look at the proof, because this isn't just about promises. This is about real, measurable results for your business. And honestly, the data is pretty jaw-dropping. Okay, check this out. This is the number that really blew my mind. A 1,300% surge in traffic from AI to e-commerce sites just this year. No, that is not a typo. The brands that jumped on this early are tapping into a completely new way to get customers, and they are seeing some absolutely explosive growth. To make this even more real, let's look at a quick case study. There was this financial services company that put this exact strategy to work. And the results?
well, they were pretty incredible.
So before they started, when people asked AI about mortgages, this company showed up less than 8% of the time. I mean, they were basically invisible. But then, just 6 weeks after putting their AI SEO strategy in place, look at that jump. They went to 72% visibility. They were totally dominating the conversation.
And here's the real kicker. This wasn't just some vanity metric to feel good about. That huge jump in visibility led directly to a 32% increase in qualified mortgage applications, coming straight from those AI sources. That's a real, tangible impact on their bottom line.
Okay, so this all brings us to the most important part. What does all this mean for you and your strategy, like right now? Let's talk about what your next competitive move should be to make sure your brand has a future. So let's wrap this up with the key takeaways. Number 1, the world of search has changed and it is not going back. Number 2, AI SEO isn't a one-and-done trick. It's a whole new way of doing things. And this is maybe the most critical point. The people who get on this now are building a lead that's going to be almost impossible for others to catch up to later. You've got to start measuring this stuff, and you have to understand that acting now, well, it's absolutely essential to compete. And I want to leave you with this one final thought. In this new world, it's not enough to just be found. The goal is to be the answer. So you have to ask yourself, if your brand isn't the authority that the AI is quoting, then who is?